Welcome back to the Hiking Zaddies podcast, part 2 of our trip to Brazil, representing Australia. And what was the last thing we said?
We were talking about getting to the Instituto Projeto Neymar.
Oh, we got the bus there.
Yeah, we got the bus there, saw all the kids.
And that was pretty crazy in itself. That was when we saw like the real Brazil. Like there was that bridge and like about bodies.
Bodies?
Like you just don't know what.
I don't think we saw any dead bodies though.
No, I didn't tell you guys at the time. But I didn't want to.
I must have been on the other side of the window looking at the beach.
Yeah.
And the jungle going.
I didn't want to
Brazil.
like
Jack's on the other side looking at dead bodies.
Yeah, we got to be like in the mindset for the game, so I didn't want to distract y'all. But yeah, we got to the Project Instituto, and it's pretty nice setup.
Yeah, DJ, music blaring. They've got games everywhere. Like it was like table tennis, but for soccer.
Yeah,
that's right.
Had like barbers and
just cameras everywhere.
Cameras everywhere, like Red Bull media.
Everyone's getting interviews, and
it was chaotic, but it was chaotic good.
Two pitches were set up.
Grandstands.
The grandstand stuff, and like it was sick. It was like everyone was
names on the walls. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah.
Every country's team had their name up on the wall.
All their names. It's very cool.
So in our draw, we should have looked this up before because I can't remember fully, but we had Spain,
Bosnia and Herzegovina,
Poland.
It was either Poland or Austria.
Was that in the round of 32?
Round of 32.
So it was Austria.
Austria were good.
Austria.
Yeah, they were good as.
Didn't we play Algeria or something?
Yeah.
It was an African team.
Angola.
That's it.
So our first game was Austria and they were good.
Yeah, well, we won that due to a punch-on.
No, that was the Poland one. That was the
Poland game when they punched Chris.
Oh, okay.
But I reckon we conceded the first goal in the Austria game. We were on the back foot the whole time, and they probably had like 50 shots, and they just couldn't score.
I reckon we played the Angola first.
No, Angola was last.
That was last.
Oh,
we lost.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because we lost that one.
You're right.
But we just held on by the skin of our teeth, and we're like, shit, because we didn't know the surface quality, and we all wore futsals.
Yeah, we wore futsal boots.
Yeah,
it was just
on one court, and then there was another court. We were like, the conditions were different. So we needed that court for futsal boots, and then this
main
court
pitch
for
that's right.
Boots.
It was thicker turf. Yeah,
so we were slipping the first game. We were like, shit, we're on the back foot. But I don't know how we managed to. I think we won like 1-0 maybe. I can't remember. It was tight, and we were like, shit, is this what it's going to be like every game?
Yeah.
And I think we may have even tweaked the philosophy, and then we just went out.
Tweaked the philosophy.
We just went out hard.
The
and
tactics.
The next game against Spain, is that who didn't shake our hands? Like,
they were little rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were little rats, but we had two more rattier rats than all of Spain.
Chris and Costa were rustling feathers and just drawing so many free kicks.
Yeah.
And after we won the Spain game, I reckon there was another team in the draw that I can't remember.
Yeah, so hold on a second. We beat Spain, which is ridiculous. That's when we were like, all right, let's fucking go. Let's give this our best shot.
Yeah, and we were just like, we were going hard, and then there was lots of space between the games. It was all in the next day was finals?
No. I think there was another day of group stage.
Yeah, I think it was 2 days.
Maybe.
I reckon it was one day of group, 1 day of finals.
Damn, so there were some teams that only played for 1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there would have been.
Yeah.
But we were there all day. It was pretty hot.
So that's 4 games in 1 day?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it 5 per group or 4?
I'm trying to think. I reckon there was another team there was Austria, Angola, Spain. I want to say Italy, maybe, but I could be wrong. Oh, no, Bosnia.
Bosnia.
And there was one other.
What, you reckon there were 6 teams?
Oh, no, 5
No.
including us. No, it would have been 5.
Yeah.
5.
So we
And the
beat- we-
top 2 from
so we-
each
we
group
beat-
went through.
We beat Austria. We beat Spain. Then we beat Bosnia. Bosnia was a pretty comfortable win.
Yeah.
Um,
And we were at the top of our group.
you missed the penalty,
I
though.
missed the penalty. But
Yeah.
it got followed up by Cottrell. Oh,
Yeah.
Ryan, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Just banged it against the top of the backboard.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, the penalty would have no one in goals. There's no goalkeeper.
The goals are probably a metre wide, if that.
Yeah, it's pretty hard
Very small. And you had to take it from the
from
almost other end.
halfway.
Yeah, I think I just banged it. And I really only needed to roll it in.
Yeah. You hit it hard.
I fucking smacked it.
And then, so we were on the top of our group going into.
Well, we lost
Then we lost
against
against Angola.
Angola. Yeah, but we were already in. We were already
Oh, yeah,
into the
we're
finals,
in.
so we're like, fine, all good. I remember getting a tap on the shoulder from some random person saying, "Oh, can you come for a quick interview with us?" And I'm like, "All right, I've got like 20 minutes, or 30 minutes till the next game." She's like, "Oh, don't worry, it'll take 2 seconds." And I go in, we wait for about 5-10 minutes, and she's like, "No, just wait. This is gonna be on the big like Neymar thing, whatever." And then and then I've realized she's just picked like completely random people, and she doesn't give a shit if we're gonna miss our game or not. And so and I'm in there for about 10 minutes, and I run out, like I do my thing quickly, interview, and it was a shit interview.
I think I remember that. We were all like, where's Jacob?
Yeah,
We're
I
about to
know.
start.
I nearly missed this fucking game. And and I run downstairs, and I didn't have time to. I had my futsal shoes on, and I didn't have time to put my boots on. From my futsal shoes to my boots, because this ground you needed your boots.
Oh, yeah, we took our boots and our futsals, didn't we?
Yeah, because one
Oh,
court was
shit.
futsal, one court was
That's right. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was just thin,
just thinner grass versus
Yeah.
longer
Yeah.
grass. And
which was so annoying. And it was almost like the other pitch was better. No. It was the main pitch was futsal, and the other one was boots.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we wore
Yeah.
boots the
We wore
first, and we were like slipping because the grass was
So
thin
thin.
as fuck.
Yeah.
That's right.
So frustrating. There was no consistency.
So we lost against Angola, but that didn't really matter. And then that night, what would we have on that night?
we were all
So-
pretty bright.
It was a big dinner.
Big dinner, yeah.
It was a big dinner, and I remember I went down. I don't think I didn't even eat. I
You were
stayed in
still
the
sick?
room. Yeah, I was so sick.
Shit.
And you guys all went.
And the French team did like a full like dance.
They were just singing the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. There were a lot of countries that were a lot more enthusiastic than us.
For sure.
We didn't even bring an Australian flag.
Because we thought like it was all going to be like Blake would have organised that, considering
Yeah,
he
the
was-
Red Bull guy.
Yeah, that's fair enough, I reckon.
like it wasn't our responsibility to like sort of promote Australia. It was more like he was managing us.
Yeah.
The two of them.
They ended up going both the Red Bull representatives. They ended up going to an Australian bar. They found an Australian bar in Santos, and they found I think behind the bar there was like a towel
That's
of
right.
the Australian
Oh,
flag,
yeah.
and they asked to grab that and borrow it, and then we used it and took photos with it, and I think we lost it as well.
Probably it was just.
I don't think we've spoken about Brett and the two guys that came
Blake.
on with
Oh
us.
yeah, the two guys from Perth.
Oh, that won the.
They won the IGA.
They owned an IGA in Perth,
That's
and they won a
right.
competition.
They were promoting the Neymar thing.
yeah.
They were promoting
It
the.
was like a competition between IGAs to like advertise it in their own particular way.
Yeah,
And these guys made like a soccer stadium in their IGA or something.
yeah.
And they won, and so they tagged along as like fucking.
And they were just
Yeah.
complete randoms. There was one note, and then the other guy was his mate.
So funny.
Yeah. One guy won it, and then his mate.
Yeah.
he could bring his mate.
Oh, yeah,
I still got at least one of them on Facebook. I see him pop up all the time.
It was sort of funny.
They were
'cause
legends. They were like big fans for us.
They were big fans, but we just kept saying, "Can you just get some footage?" Because we had a
Yeah.
professional photographer come over as well, who worked for National
Tyson.
Geographic and Red Bull.
Oh,
Tyson.
was he with us?
Yeah, he was with us. He's Aussie.
He was getting paid by Red Bull Australia.
No shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
him and but he was like the face of it, and then the guy working with him was a Canadian guy called Colin, who was the cameraman. But they were getting paid by Red Bull Australia to come on this trip with us, and then to stay back, they were getting paid by National Geographic and Sony to promote a Sony camera, and National Geographic to just travel around South America. And then, so the first part of their trip was to film us.
That's right.
So we got some good footage of that.
Shit,
And he was on The Bachelor or some show?
No, Celebrity.
I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Get me out of here.
That's
Yeah.
what he was.
Yeah, because
Really?
we were all like, he looks so familiar, he had this distinct face. And we're like, where do we know you from?
He just looks like a famous dude.
And we looked him up.
You know who he reminds me of? You know the fishing dude, Youngblood or
Yeah, Youngbloods. YBS.
Youngbloods? YBS.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Fucking reminds me of him.
Brody.
Brody. He reminds me of him for some reason.
it's that sort of character. like,
Yeah, larger than
enthusiastic.
life. Like,
Yeah.
Bit of Broden.
Yeah, so we had a good fan base, and then all the girls obviously, and we'd be their biggest fans when they were playing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a bit of crowd around us, and that got
Yeah,
us
for
through.
sure.
And then, so there was the dinner. You were crook. You got sick overnight.
Yeah, but it was just a 6-hour sickness.
Bit of a virus. And then it was finals the next day. So
Did we top the group or did we come second?
no, we
No, we
topped it.
topped it.
Topped it.
So
I don't know who else made it through. But I don't think anyone made it far. Spain was shit.
Spain was shit. There were good
It
teams.
might have been
but-
Austria.
Yeah, I think it was Austria.
I thought it was Angola.
I think Angola were last, and that's why we went in going whatever, and then we lost to them.
Man, I can't remember. We could honestly look it up. We should have, but we obviously got the futsal final tonight, so we thought in soccer fashion.
Oh yeah,
like,
but by the way, last week after last week's podcast, we won the semi-finals comfortably, and now we're going into the grand final without any of the Drutzes twins, without Ryan, without Justin. Justin's having a baby.
shout out to Justin.
Yeah,
Shout out
it's,
to Justin.
it's back to the OG crew, and we've got to win a final.
By ourselves.
But
We can do it.
We've got Hugh and goals, which is good. A lot of structure from the back and everything like that. But we do need to keep that ship tight and finish off the
Season.
So where are we? So some finals. Game 2. We're sort of feeling the jet lag. I mean, it was 12 or 13 hours behind.
Yeah, 13
behind,
hours. 13
which
hours.
is crazy. I don't think you can get any worse.
No,
No.
Like
you literally can't.
I don't think I went to bed until I was waking up at like 4:30 every day. I don't think I
Yeah,
even
our sleep cycles
adjusted
were cooked.
even when we got to Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably
It took a
took
good
so
week.
Probably like
long.
3 days before we were supposed to go home, I finally felt like.
Yeah, you'd
Good.
settled in and yeah.
And then finals. So we were-
Poland.
Had to play
was it
Poland.
Round of 32 is the first
yeah,
one.
32 because we made it to the round of 16.
Yeah.
So
yeah, round of 32 against Poland. Oh, by the way, this was all streamed live on YouTube and on the
Red Bull,
internet. So
Red
we
Bull
had
Media,
Red Bull.
Red Bull Media.
on Apple TV and everything.
Yeah. So we had family. We had
People back
just
home.
random people from
just-
school and stuff. I was
yeah.
getting messages.
Yeah, they were sending us videos and people drinking and having little parties and
It
stuff.
was very cool. It
was
was
good.
so wholesome.
So anyone watching that watched us and cheered us on and sent us a funny video, we really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys. The fans
but-
back home.
Yeah, it was, and it was cool.
Yeah.
And then Poland, we didn't know much about them. They were big.
Yeah, they were big and physical,
yeah.
but
Big
we
physical
were
boys.
more physical. I reckon we won.
I think we were more annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely just
Playing
rustling
for
feathers.
free kicks, and they were getting pissed off.
And
Yeah.
we were up, and then, long story short, the game finishes. Koch is up in his grill, and the guy punched. Was it Chris or Costa?
The game didn't finish.
It was literally.
There was a red card.
yeah, he got a red card.
And what, the game was called off?
No.
Well, I think they just.
No, it was after it was after he finished. He got a free kick like right on the buzzer, and then Chris went up to him and then he like punched him.
Yeah, he did punch him.
Yeah, it was either Chris or Koch, but when we were like, oh, these dickheads and shit.
I don't know if he punched him. I feel like he went like.
There was a punch. Remember the
yeah.
Russian team? The Russian
shirt
guy,
front.
King, hit it.
Oh yeah, the Russian guy,
yeah.
Peru, and the Peruvians are tiny.
I know, so innocent.
Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
and
Yeah,
then
the-
and we were like, shit, dude. Like the security were like the Brazilian military with AK-47 surrounding the entire thing. This isn't the place to
Bloody
like
brave.
mess around.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that
That Russian guy he was like a Viking.
he was a Viking.
Huge.
He just turned around, and just
Smacked
knocked him in the jaw.
Locked him.
And then last game, round of 16,
Colombia.
which was the
Colombia.
Colombian national futsal team, and
Yeah.
they were easily the
handy.
most skillful team I've ever seen.
Yeah, they were all ridiculous.
They were small.
Oh, there were a few
They
big
won it.
boys.
They
though.
won it, didn't they?
No, Mexico won.
Mexico won.
Good
But
thing-
they went to the final.
They went to the final.
It was Colombia. Oh, no, it was Argentina.
Semis. They went to the semis.
Semis.
Yeah.
They
I think Colombia beat Brazil.
And
And
Brazil
then-
had won it the
Yeah.
year before.
And then Brazil lost to Mexico or Argentina, one of them.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was all South American teams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
they're just so.
They
good
didn't
at
have to
it.
travel far. They're
No,
just-
exactly.
True.
They went jet lagged.
And then that's right, the Argentinian guy. There was the guy on the Argentinians team. He was just like, it's just a flog, really. And then
Oh, they were all
he
flogged
went
in
and he
Argentina.
kissed Neymar's boots.
Oh,
Hold
yeah.
on,
shoes.
you're skipping
Go,
ahead. You're
yeah,
skipping
we
ahead.
go back to Colombia.
Colombia game.
Who wants
Colombia.
to start the proceedings?
All right,
What
so
happened?
Round of 16. It was a good game. We didn't concede a
For
goal
most of it.
But
until
we
the-
were on the back foot, like
Yeah.
Oh, they were good.
No shit,
We were
it was
just
a-
defending the whole time.
Yeah.
just defending. We should have dropped another one into the back line. We were playing very like diamond or 2-2. We should have parked like we were like, look,
Put three back. And
put three back and just try and block this out. In retrospect, would have been the best scenario. I think straight after the game, we were like, this is what needed to happen because we just like it was too hard to tackle them, and they were cutting the lines.
The way that they scored was they kicked it and nutmegged Ryan and then nutmegged me. It was a double nutmeg
yeah,
and then
that's
went
right.
in.
And then tapped it in.
I was like, fuck.
And
Look,
those
if we're going to
hurt.
lose and that's the way that we lose, then fair enough.
Yeah.
Double nutmeg.
But they hurt because you're sort of like it's just
And it was right at the end.
Right
I feel
at
like
the
it
end.
was like less than a minute to go.
Less than a minute, yeah.
it was just
Heartbreak.
Yeah. But oh well. We did ourselves proud.
we had
Round of 16 was pretty good. From
So,
a bunch of fuckers.
Out of the whole world, out of
35
64 different countries. and then
35,000 teams
All up in the
all
world?
up
In
in
the
the world.
world.
We got to 16th.
One of 16.
One of 16.
Between 16th and 8th.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did pretty
good.
good. Well.
Between 16th and 8th.
Like, and obviously we were like, shit, it's a good effort. We were flat though, like,
Yeah.
because we were like, we could, like, if it was a soccer match, we'd be fucked. But the rules of the game and the structure of the pitch and everything
benefited us so
benefited
well.
us. Like, we implemented
So
a bit
short and explosive.
of yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was
We definitely played a different brand to a lot of the South American and
Yeah, ours was a lot of hip and shoulder
a lot of
and a lot of balls in the air and just like hit the backboard.
yeah,
havoc.
bit of havoc. And then
It was very physical. I think we were the youngest team there by about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Everyone else was a lot older. We were 20. We were 20.
We were
2021.
2021. Yeah.
And everyone else was at least 24, 25. And then
Yeah.
at least had it. You were allowed 2 players over the age of 25. And they pretty much all had like a.
Oh, is it below 25?
Below 25, but you can have 2 players over the age of 25.
That's right.
true, and we had no idea about age. Well, I mean, we started because you start with a team. You start off in your group stage in Melbourne, and we were just.
Yeah, it's
We were
whoever
literally
signed
just
up on
having
the
a piss
day.
about.
But
yeah.
there was teams that were like as the Colombians. They
It
were
was
the
like a
national
strategy. Like,
national
yeah.
futsal team.
The
Like,
the Mexican team was the national futsal team.
yeah, they were freaks as well.
Yeah, so they ended up winning. It was Argentina versus Mexico in the final. And big game. Everyone's watching. It's huge.
Neymar's
because
there.
Neymar's there. That's when
Dani
Neymar
Alves
rocked
is
up.
there.
Dani Alves.
Dani Alves is dripped in just full white. He's wearing white pants, white shoes, white shirt, white sunnies, white hat.
And that's
He's
right.
a
The winner
fucking
gets
dude.
to play Neymar and his mates in a friendly.
There was someone else there, I feel. Neymar,
It
Thiago
was-
Silva.
There was a bunch of Brazilian
Oh,
celebrities.
sorry, not Thiago Silva, Dani Alves.
That's
One-
right.
Another soccer player.
Yeah.
Really? There were a bunch of like Brazilian celebrities.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, that grand final was the one that everyone was watching, and it was like the whole thing was packed out. Like it
We were
was
literally
like
like
shoulder to shoulder,
sitting right next to Neymar.
Yeah,
yeah,
watching Mexico versus Argentina.
And then
do
he-
you remember that Argentinian bloke?
yeah.
Mm.
That's the one
Solid.
that kissed Neymar's
No,
feet.
no.
Oh, the
The-
huge guy.
Oh, and he
The guy
took them
that-
all on.
Oh my
And he
God,
was
that's
a
right.
freak.
He was a freak. All right, so
Like-
Argentina went down. I think
It was just him, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so
he
it
was the last
4,
one left.
4-1. Like players left. So
Mexico
Mexico
were up
4
4-1.
players, and Argentina's got one player left.
Yeah. and this guy was by far their best player. Oh, he was just like
The best
that,
player in
like
the comp.
6. Yeah, oh yeah, easily. Just like that 6 foot, like solid,
Oh,
quick, like
Yeah, just an athlete.
technically like just a freak.
Yeah. And
And
he
he
took on 4 Mexicans.
Took on the whole fucking team. He
scored.
just held it, and he fucking
Did he score 1 or 2?
yeah. He
One.
definitely scored 1.
Yeah. It might have been 2. It might have been close to 2.
Yeah.
They might have hit the crossbar. or
He
something.
was.
That's right. I fully
fucking
forgot
good.
about him.
and then
Yeah, there was some talent there.
Oh
When you saw that, you were like, all right, we did pretty good to
Yeah.
get to round of 16.
and then Neymar just ripped him.
Oh, yeah, it's just another level. Like,
He
the way
was-
he just touches the ball and it's like that.
Doesn't look real.
It doesn't look real. It looks like a computer game. Like, he's got so much control over the ball.
yeah.
He made it look like effortless, and he just ripped them all.
Yeah. So Mexico, for those who don't know, the winner of the countries got to play against Neymar and friends, which was his sort of select, five-a-side team, and that was the prize essentially.
Well, there's more to that
Oh,
as
there's
well.
more to
Yeah,
the
well,
prize,
there's more to
actually.
the
Yeah.
prize.
There's another level.
But
But on the
and
day, that was the prize.
And so Mexico got to play against Neymar, and again, everyone wanted to see Neymar play, so we just watched Neymar just obliterate 5 little Mexicans.
Yeah, like, and it's street football, so it's just
Skills.
as flair as you can get.
Yeah.
Just rainbows and just everything's happening.
Yeah, he was doing it all. And then one of the Mexicans, like, hacked him. Or
One of them got into him a
the
bit.
ball off him, and then Neymar chased him down and
It got it straight back.
fucking,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, I'm not having a
'Cause,
bar.
yeah, we were all like, oh, it's probably going to be very docile and no one's going to go at him. But, like, they were all physical, like,
Yeah.
which was good.
Oh, for
Yeah,
those
it was
for
good
those
to
who don't know, Neymar is the most expensive player the world's ever seen. How much is he worth again?
I
What
think
was that transfer?
PSG signed him for 300 million or something.
He's worth as much as like a military jet.
More than that.
He's worth more than a military jet.
Hmm.
A military jet would not be $300 million.
No, like the best of the best.
Mate, I don't reckon.
Maybe a
I don't
cargo
reckon
carrier that could, maybe huge, not even 300 now.
It's a weird thing to compare it to.
I remember.
Maybe a freaking rocket to Mars.
Yeah. Yeah, dead set. Like a spaceship would be like 300 million.
But
It's the equivalent of a fucking spaceship.
the winner got flown to Paris, or whatever team Neymar played for, and when it was 3 years ago when he was at Brazil. When he was in
No,
Barca.
It's still PSG.
No, it's still PSG.
No, but
PSG.
before that, the Brazilians that won it like 3 years before we were there,
Oh,
right.
I got to go to
they
Barca.
went to Barca, and the Brazilians won it, and then this one they went to Paris
PSG.
and went to PSG, did a training camp for a week.
Yeah.
And that was what the winner of the.
I'm sure some of those kids would have made it professionally.
No, that's what I was going to say, because when the Brazilians won it 3 years before we went, one of them got picked up
Yeah.
Wow. I'd love to know who it was.
Yeah. No shit.
when they did the Barca training camp. So I mean that's what could have eventuated.
Fuck.
So $10 can go a long way. So if you guys are thinking you got a local basketball tournament or a local, bloody hockey tournament, those sports probably, both those sports suck. So there's absolutely no.
Ouch.
Well, like, I mean, who's big in name 4 big hockey stars?
Name a hockey star that's worth $300 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Look, there's
your
a few
first.
basketballers to be fair, but
Yeah, true.
just a very boring back and forth game. Shout out to basketball.
But yeah. So we got to watch Neymar, and then from there it was party mode. essentially.
Party.
And we were like, where do we can't chill at the beach here. We're going to go freaking Copacabana. We're going to go Rio.
Well, we had the
Oh,
party
no, we had
that
the party
night.
at Santos still.
Yeah, that's right.
Red
Yeah.
Bull
Oh,
organised
true.
it. That was fucking packed. There were so
Oh.
many people there.
Yeah, I've never been to a nightclub like that. Just like at least 2,000 people.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, we were introduced to Brazilian music. Lots
Yeah,
of drums,
God.
lots of hip swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
It was an experience.
And then we got to know each country a little bit better, and I wish I didn't for some of them. I know the Greeks were disgusting. The Argentinians were revolting. The way that they were talking about chicks, or
Yeah.
they were speaking in Spanish, but you could tell what they were saying because they were so expressive.
Very expressive nations. It's probably a good way to put it. And then
we kind of became mates with the Danish team.
that wasn't until we went to Rio.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
On the way to Rio. Because they were also going to Rio.
They were also going to Rio, and then we went
So
and
we
partied
shared
with them
it.
in Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we must have...
We got the
We
same...
must have made acquaintances with them.
No, on the way. We didn't even know we were all going.
Did you get the
until-
bus with them?
We got the bus to Rio with them.
Did you not come?
No. This is another story. So I woke up early the next morning after this party, and all the boys were going to get on a bus and go to Rio, and I said, "All right, I'll meet you there." I hooked up myself with a day of volunteering with some
no shit.
with some random like community group, and they go out to like the favelas, which is a favela is pretty much a hill in Brazil because there's just hills everywhere in the city, and so one hill would have a whole village on it, and they have
It's
their
the
own
slums.
and it's the slums, but they've got their own like society on there. There's one head honcho guy. It's either a priest or it's a drug kingpin, depending on the favela.
And most of them are all run by just cartels and...
A lot of them are, but they're just like they're run quite well.
Like there's water, electricity, but it's completely... They're not... There's nothing established about it. They're not registered. They're all just like illegal builds.
Yeah, which like if the government's not doing anything, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And so this group they were chopping down a bunch of bamboo and then making a soccer pitch for all the kids on the hill. So they were like setting up, because everything's like on the side of a cliff. So on a hill, they were setting up like a guard with a net so that any balls that go off the side of the cliff, it catches them.
Oh, that's cool.
And so they can keep playing soccer. So I spent my morning, I got an Uber or something out to some random favela. I get out, I'm completely lost. I don't know where I am, and I walk through a favela by myself.
Don't do this at home.
And I spend the whole day just like no one speaks English. I'm just working with this community. We're having a great time, and I'm getting dirty as fuck. I've been chopping bamboo all day with a machete, and then I get back to the whole day of that, and I get back to the hotel. And I'm wearing my Neymar thing, but like it's covered in dirt. My face is covered in dirt. Like I'm fully black. And I'm like, yo, how you going? I'm trying to get into the hotel. And the security guard's like, you are not getting in here. Like, fuck off. I'm like in Portuguese. I'm like, nah, I need to get in. I'm part of the thing. Like fully, like not even talking to me, not even looking at me. And I'm like, oh, I've got my bracelet. I'm like, oh, look, I'm from thing. He's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm in the Australian team. Like, where have you been? I'm like, oh, just volunteering the favelas. It's like, what the fuck? Go up and have a shower, you idiot. And
So how did you get to Rio?
So I was gonna get a plane, and I get an Uber. I go grab my bag. We'll go. Yeah, we need to go. I grab my bag. I have a shower. I go down. I get into an Uber. And it's a 2-hour drive I've got to go back to Sao Paulo airport, and then, which is a 2-hour drive. Or it's probably an hour and a half drive.
Yeah, it was a while.
And then get a plane. And my plane was like, in 3 hours or whatever. And I go to the guy, all right, cool. I just need to get to the airport, in 2.5 hours to get my plane. It's like, yeah, no worries, man. I'm like, oh, I'm really tired as well. Do you mind if I have a nap? Have a nap, and I wake up 2 hours later. And I'm like, oh, how far away are we from it? And he's smoking a joint on the freeway, just chilling out, and the window's down. He's like, yeah, man, we'll get there, don't worry. Like in Portuguese, but yeah, don't worry,
They're
all
on
good,
that
all good.
South American time.
There's
time.
no clocks.
They're just...
I'm like, fuck, he's been going 60 kilometers an hour. But it doesn't make sense because you're paying him for the distance over there. It's not for the time. So for him, there's no difference in going 100 k's an hour versus 60.
Yeah.
It's still a $15 Uber.
Yeah, mate, they all just fucking just take their
No.
time doing everything.
There's no urgency. It's very relaxed.
And I missed my flight, so I had to sleep overnight at the airport. The airport closes. I had to sleep like outside on my bag,
on a park
And
bench or
you caught a
something.
flight across.
and then
And we had a freaking interesting bloody trek on the bus as well. Like,
And that'll...
but we'll probably
reckon-
run out of
yeah.
time again.
all right,
Yeah, we'll
part
have
3.
to- Part 3. Who knew?
All right,
I
ciao.
did not expect this to be.
But
we're
yeah.
off to play our grand final now. Wish
Yeah.
us luck. Ciao.
For something that, like, there's so much detail.
Yeah, it's good. It's good having a story like that.